Like, come on. Like, come on. Okay, let's talk about it. So him and his wife came on to sit there and pretty much defend, listen to this, defend Larry Reid. And then Archbishop Jordan called me a skunk. Oh, he's the one that's going to stink things up. And don't worry about it. He's just trying to bring problems to you, Larry Reid. How am I trying to bring problems to you? You the one that made jokes about my church being robbed, and you made a joke about a guy putting a gun in my 8-month-old baby. You was the ones that started with me. And Archbishop A.R. Bernard, where were you to tell your mentee to stop talking about people in the church? No, y'all mad that I ain't playing with you. You mad that y'all got a person that's 10 toes down, and I ain't scared of you. Okay? So Archbishop A.R. Bernard, with all due respect, you could go to hell. Straight like that. Okay? And you could go to whatever mantle you want to go to in heaven, because I can go to the same mantle. God said that he is no respecter of person, period, and point blank. Because you got a lot of scandals with you too, A.R. Bernard. And the church world, no, 10 toes down. Are y'all crazy? Y'all don't scare me, man. So you can get on with your mother, your wife. You can bring your whole family on. You can do what you want to do. 10 toes down, Bishop Whitehead. So don't come on try to discredit me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to defend my family. So now all of a sudden, I got some audio that's going to tell it all. Allegedly, things happen. I ain't say I believe it. I ain't say this stuff is true. I just said that there's a police report and I got some audio. That's all I said. And I said, we're asking questions now. Is this true or is it not? Period. If he could do it to everybody else, why all of a sudden now I'm bad? No. I ain't no punk nor sucker. 10 toes down. And Archbishop Jordan, you should be ashamed of yourself how you want to come step up for a man that tear down churches, but yet you don't step up for nobody else. Are y'all crazy? Are you crazy? You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. So are y'all ready for the audio? If you ready for the audio, throw some flames up. I need y'all to throw some fire up. Throw some fire up. And then Lil Richie, Lil Job gonna talk about I asked him to get into the ring. Man, nobody thinking about you. I told Larry Reid, let's get into the boxing ring. You got so much to say about me and my family. Let's get into the boxing ring. Nobody's talking about you, Lil Larry. Lil Job. No, Lil Larry. Yes, your name, Lil Larry. Ain't nobody talking about you. Okay. 10 toes down. Okay, so if y'all ready for, put some flames up. I need some flames. I need some flames. I need some flames. All right. Is there anything else that I need to know that I need to say before I go into this audio? Ooh, it's some audio. Ooh, it's some audio. Then they want to talk about, oh, this is no. We don't want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. Let me just make sure. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, and I'm gonna post the tax records. I need some audio, y'all. Some flames, y'all. I need some flames. 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 All right, y'all. Listen. I got my lemonade. Make sure my Wi-Fi right. Okay. So I posted, just to recap, that there is an open investigation in Raleigh, North Carolina, because of a sex offense, forcible fondling in a home that's deeded to Larry Reid. And I have some audio of what was alleged happened. And all I want to do is play the audio because we need some answers. He's talking about everybody and he's blowing up everybody's scandal, what they call a scandal, and this, that, and third. So now let's turn the table around and we need some answers. So I want y'all to jot the names down because guess what? These people are going to come. They're going to come and they're going to say their truth. Their truth. I don't know what the truth is, but their truth. Are y'all ready for the audio? Are y'all ready for the audio? Are you ready for the audio? Let's lemonade up. It's your turn, Larry. It's your turn, Larry. It's your turn for people to ask you to explain what others' truth is. And action. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. My Wi-Fi acted up. Hold on, my Wi-Fi acted up. Let me start this thing over. My Wi-Fi was just tricky a little bit. Hold on. I just want to see if y'all was ready. Hold on, let me get back to this. Hold on, we'll get back to this. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Action.
You was okay and in a safe space. That's all.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually going to talk to you while I'm still in my car because I'm not.
So the person with the softer voice is the victim. All right, y'all. The person with the louder voice, is just, somebody there. All right. Here we go, y'all. So listen to the softer voice because this is the alleged victim of whatever was supposed to happen. And we need an explanation. Here we go.
In North Carolina yet.
That's fine.
So I want to be mindful of who I'm talking around. So
Exactly. So I got your message and that you sent me with the pictures and who was in the house with you and everything. So of course I talked to your friend. He came on my show and told his story. And I want you to know I'm not going to ever reveal your identity. I never will. If somebody says I've done that, that's a lie, because I will never publicly speak your name ever. And I want you to know that. And if you ever need me for any help, you have my number, and I will make sure that I do whatever I can to help you. And if I can't help you, I'll try to find somebody who can.
I appreciate it.
And I want y'all to understand, this is the alleged victim, y'all. The alleged victim. I don't know what's going on, okay? But we just want some answers, okay? Because this is alleged. And I'm not even going to say what's alleged. You're going to hear from them, okay? That's why I said so. Alleged victim.
Ty and Trey have both reassured me that I can trust you.
Okay.
So I'm confident in that. The only thing I'm not ready to do right now is for my face to be revealed.
Never. I will never do that regardless. That's why I talked Trey out of doing. I said, I don't want your face to be shown because I don't want you to be further injured telling your stories.
Yeah, my whole thing, like I shared with them, the people that were a part of our church, the people that are close to us, they're going to know that it's us just by our voice. Mm-hmm. And for the people who don't believe us, I'm not worried about them.
I'm not worried about them either. I want you to just have your story told. Do you want to come on and tell your story and I'll black your face out like I did the two of them? Or how do you want to do it?
Let's move a little faster, y'all. Let's move here.
Really detailed and hard.
Nobody's around. I'm in my car.
All right,
Nobody's
so
I'm actually parked at a park. Nobody's around.
Good. So the story I got was that 5 years before you these things started happening, what Larry did to you, you had not been with anybody intimately, and that Larry violated you, and then a year or so afterwards, you got tested and you were HIV positive. And then you went,
correct.
And then you went to, you confided in Javer. Javer went back and confronted Larry. Larry started denying it. And Larry went out and got some bogus test results and was passing it around saying, see, I ain't got nothing. This boy is accusing me of something. I didn't do it, And Javer supposedly said, well, why are you passing this bogus test result around knowing that you were the only person he was with? And that's the story I got.
That is correct. At that time, Jaber said he was not going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
What he did mention was he said, I'm going to tell Apostle Reid that he needs to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
That was all that he was supposed to say. Larry did call me, but the energy wasn't right. I'm real big on energy and discernment. That was off.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not have that initial conversation with him. Now, of course, now this was not just me going to the doctor getting tested.
Mm-hmm.
Because after Larry, I still was not having sex with anybody, but I had relocated and I had a new primary care. My primary care just wanted to do a yearly exam, do annual blood work to
mm-hmm.
see, if I had hypertension, blood, diet.
Well, let's just stop right here, okay? I see some people saying that this case was thrown out. I would like to let you guys know that this case is allegedly still under investigation. So everybody that's saying it was thrown out, if it's still alleged to be still going forward, it cannot be thrown out, okay? And so I don't know what you're talking about. Also, allegedly, there was also spoken that Larry Reid produced an HIV test from 2014, and this was way after 2014. So allegedly, this is what was going on, transpired, but you guys are going to hear everything right now.
All that other type of stuff, because that runs in the family.
Right.
All of that came clear except for the HIV.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea that was what was going on until that doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
What I can say, and I would not say this publicly, but I would share this with you.
Go ahead.
Jaber told me a few weeks ago
mm-hmm.
that Quentin also has HIV.
Whew. Oh God.
And that he had also slept with Larry. Now, I don't know if he got it from Larry or what's the case, but I find it to be very ironic that two people that you slept with all of a sudden comes up with HIV.
And who is Quentin?
Okay. And I also want to let you guys know that this police report was sent over today. This police report was sent over from the police department today. I want to just let you guys know, because I know a lot of people are saying what they want to say. Police department sent this today as latest information on the incident. There was no closure of this case. All right, so everybody that think that it's closed, so it can't be closed and thrown out. I mean, it can't be open and thrown out. Okay, just letting you know. Here we go.
Minister, was he in the house living with y'all as well?
He was not living with us. He is best friends with Jaber. He was visiting the church.
Oh, okay.
Now, at that time, Quentin had just started visiting before I got put out. So how long he stayed after I got put out, I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another guy, I believe his name is Philip Bryant. Yes,
I tried to reach out to him.
Comedian.
Right. And
he was also a part of the church. I feel like something happened between him and Larry, but I am not sure because he ended up at the church also after I was excommunicated.
Right. Now I'm going to tell you about him. I'm going to fill you in on him. He moved back to Illinois to live with his mother because he didn't have a job or nothing. Now, all of a sudden, because I've been able to get in touch with a lady that he considers his spiritual mom, he has all of a sudden, with no job or no income coming in, he's got a new car and an apartment. That's what I was talking about last night on the show. And Larry has been driving around in the middle of the night trying to reach anybody he thinks I'm going to talk to. Like he came and got in contact with you, telling you that a preacher that he exposed has hired me to try to go after him and attack him and discredit him. He's been going around to people. He's offered people money. He offered a guy, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy's name, is Bostic.
I do remember Bostic. I do remember having a conversation with Trey,
Mm-hmm.
and I was asking Trey, had he heard from him? Now, at the time, we was just having general conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but during that initial conversation with me and Trey, that's when he told me that Bosket had reached out to him,
Mm-hmm.
but I never got any follow-up on what the conversation was about.
Mm-hmm.
But I had brought him up because I felt like something had happened to him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I also knew from private conversations between Reid and Shamanko that Bosket had HIV, but I was not sure if he had got it from Reid.
Right. Now, in the past couple of weeks while I was traveling down.
Hold on. So, Tasha, I know Tasha, you here. Tasha, do you want to come up, Tasha? And I just mute you because once we finish this, it's gonna be a little more minutes. But you want to come up really quick now, because it's about to get a little sticky. So, Tasha, if you want to come up with me right now, I'll put you on, and you just mute yourself. So, therefore, you know, you can be a part of this as well. Tasha, where you at? Just request me, and I'll bring you up now. I'll bring you up now, so you could be acclimated already in, and you know. She said, "I have questions." Come on, I know you got questions, Tasha. So I'm gonna bring you up right now, Tasha. I'm gonna bring you up quick, bring you up early. I'm gonna bring you up early because it's about to get really, really touchy. It's gonna get really, really, really touchy. It's gonna get a little sticky.
I need another bottle.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all here, right here, so y'all can see Tasha. Oh my goodness, Tasha is. Yeah, oh my goodness. Hold on, all right, y'all, because it's about to get. Oh, it didn't even scratch the surface yet. Oh, and I need y'all to just look. She crazy. I need y'all just to listen, y'all, because this is about to get really, really explicit. So what we're doing right here, y'all, I posted the police report just came in today. And the police report states that at the address where Larry Reid owned the house, there was a sex offense and there was forcible fondling. And it was alleged that this is all alleged. This is in the police report, and it was sent over today. Okay, today. So therefore, there is no closure because it was sent over. This is the update as of today. So we are now playing some audio that I received from my team. And it's going to give us the alleged things that supposedly occurred. So all this is allegedly. I don't know. I don't believe anything, but I just need explanation. That I need somebody to explain this. I need Larry Reid to explain this, just like how he put everybody else on the hot seat. Well, buddy, you're on the hot seat. So let's go. Listen, I'm telling you, Tosh is about to get really, really, really. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, listen, I'm just a spectator like everybody else. So once it's done, I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. And then tomorrow we're gonna do our thing, Bishop, me and you.
Yeah.
But I'm in awe too. I'm in awe. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I didn't either. I said, yo, you talk about everybody, and then this. Are you? So I have my team get in contact with the police station. And they sent the update, and I posted it, so nothing could be closed.
I saw what you posted. I was like, I looked at it and I was just like, oh, so something is going on. Yeah, like I was confused by that too. Like, how is it that the house wasn't built, but there's an address?
Right, and when they said that the house wasn't built, right, because he's lying about that. My team pulled up the tax records. And that house was built ever since 2006. Dad, I gotta get a swig about. I gotta get a swig too. Woo!
This ain't no lemonade.
This is lemonade. I'm a whole preacher. All right, so let me get back to it. It's about to get a little wacky. It's about to get a little wacky. Okay.
Because I'm from North Carolina. I'm born in Fayetteville, but my parents live in Alabama, where they're from. So I was driving through, and I stopped in Atlanta, and I did a video, and I posted it on social media. And Larry got scared because since this story broke, Larry hasn't spent 3-4 nights in his own house in Atlanta. So him and Locklear got in the car, and they drove up to the Virginia area, DC area, where Bostic lives, and gave Bostic $500.
Did he take the money, or is he still talking?
He took the money, but he told Trey about Larry and Locklear coming, and yeah, so it's been some information shared. That's all I can say about that. But
okay, so with my situation, I initially told him that I would not talk, but here's why. Like I said, at the time that he apologized, I did not know about Trey, and I definitely did not know about my best friend. And I was a little upset with Ty because the night that happened, I was in the house, but he never said anything to me. I understand now because I was extremely overprotective of the young people. And I probably would have tried to kill Reid in his sleep. So I understand why he did not tell me now. But yeah, I told Reid that I was not going to say anything because I really felt like I was the only one. Now, to hear their stories and to know that there are other people that probably isn't saying anything, I feel like now I will say something, but I do not at this time want to discuss my health with the general public.
I got you. That's totally off limits. We'll keep that off the show. I just want you to talk about what.
And just to let y'all know that the young person that's allegedly saying all this stuff happened, they give clearance for this to be done. So we're not hurting anybody.
Wait. You have you're in contact.
The team is in contact with the person. So, but don't worry about it, Tasha, because I'm just gonna kindly give all that to you and you do your thing. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Oh Lord, Jesus have murdered.
Yeah. Let's get back to it.
Get to you. I want you to tell your story. You do not have to mention that. And I will not press you about that. I will not even ask you about that. I will not allow anybody else to ask you about that. You have my word on it.
Okay, so initially, because there were several families. Now, unlike Levon, Trey, and Tyshawn, my family did not belong to that church. Back in 2009, I had relocated to Waco, Texas.
Right.
And in Texas, I was a part of a church called Shekinah Empowerment Center. That pastor was the spiritual son of Apostle Larry Reid. Okay? So we came to North Carolina. I believe it was the summer of 2009. And basically, we were there for the summit, which is like Holy Convocation, okay? And that's when all the churches that was under spiritual breakthrough would come, and we would just have one big service for like 3 days. In that service, Reid basically prophesied that the Texas church was to relocate to North Carolina for spiritual training, and after that training was done, we would be sent back out as a church. So a few months after that, I believe that turns over into 2010.
Right.
Me, along with several other families from that church, along with our pastor, his name is Corey Neal.
Oh, wow. That name, yeah, I know that name.
His name was Pastor Corey Neal. We all relocated to North Carolina.
Okay.
Now, Pastor Neal had already made some arrangements. He told us we had a nice house or whatever, because all of us would be in one house. Now, that house, I believe the address was 2900 Benjamin Hill Circle. Or it's Benjamin something Circle. Anyway, that house that we moved into was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that belonged to Vincent Hill.
Right.
Okay. We were there for a few months. All of a sudden, our pastor, Corey Neal, disappeared. So I said all that to say that this, by default, I ended up as a member of Breakthrough Temple because our pastor disappeared and basically neglected the members of the Texas church.
Wow.
So because we moved there because, quote unquote, God said, even though our pastor disappeared, we remained at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a few months after that, I went to Reid in confidence to discuss some things that had happened in my childhood that I had never shared with none of my pastors with the exception of one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that pastor was a bishop who is now deceased. I will not bring up his name.
Got you.
But I didn't go far with that because eventually that pastor started to come on to me as well. So I ended the conversation. I didn't go into more details.
Mm-hmm.
I left that church. I remained silent for years.
Mm-hmm.
So being that Reid was a quote unquote a licensed counselor.
Mm-hmm. But we know that's fake now.
Who better to talk to than my pastor?
Right.
So I went with him. I basically disclosed to him that now I will tell you in private it was my biological father, but for public sake, because I have siblings that do not know about it, I would say that one of my legal guardians basically began to molest me.
Mm-hmm.
With my father, though, it was not penetration. It was, I'll just be honest, it was oral.
Mm-hmm.
So I shared that with him. I also shared with him that when I relocated to Richmond, Virginia, one of my middle school classmates' father had raped me.
Wow. Jesus.
I also shared with him that a childhood friend of the family that was supposed to have been babysitting us at the time molested me as well. So he knew all of this. He also knew because of, as a result of that, because all of these were men, I began to question my sexuality, not just because that happened to me, but because some of the things that my rapist and my molester said to me. Things like, this wouldn't be happening to you if you didn't look like your mom. This wouldn't be happening to you if you wasn't shaped like your mom.
Oh, wow.
At this time, I'm between the ages of 5 and 13. At the age of 5, you can't tell me that this is happening to me because I'm shaped like my mom. I didn't have no decision on what I would look like or how I would be shaped.
Mm-hmm.
So that had an everlasting effect on my mind and my emotions as well as my self-esteem. Okay, so I shared all that with him for a few years, a year, maybe 2. He was counseling me. He even had me to confront my mother because when one of the molesters was molesting me, she actually walked in on it. She did pull the guy off of me. She had a conversation with his family, but she never took me to the hospital. She never filed a police report.
Oh, God.
And that bothered me. So basically, her stance was, what happens in this house stays in this house. Up until I was grown, her side of the family knew nothing about it until I started to talk about it. So he helped me through all of that. But the moment that he thought I was over it, it turned into something else.
Uh-oh.
So similar to Trey's situation, he started to buy me underwear.
Right.
Now, these underwear, they were Under Armour.
Yeah.
His thing was, you're wearing, slacks and fitted clothes to church, and I was, and sometimes your print shows. I was not thinking about that. I'm from the hood. And when I go to church, I'm not looking at people's shapes of their prints, so I wasn't thinking about it. Right. Anyway, so he bought them. Unlike Trey, though, with me, it was, I want you to go into the bathroom, try them on. Now, all of this happens at the house. I believe the address was Weaver Forest Way or something like that. And so when I would come out, he didn't want me to have nothing on but my underwear. My whole thing was, I can put the underwear on, my clothes on, and then you'll be able to tell if you can see my print or not. But that's not how he wanted. He didn't want me to have nothing on but my underwear, and I think I had on a white beaters. Okay. So I tried on
So just to let y'all know, right now, he's giving his side of the story, what Larry Reid was allegedly doing to him. Okay, just to let y'all know. Yeah. So let me take that back a little bit.
About the molester his mom pulled off of him. He's allegedly talking about Larry, I guess, allegedly doing these things.
Yeah, this part right here. Here we go. I'm gonna take it back a little bit. Boom.
I've never heard this. This is crazy.
Here you go. Boom.
Worst way or something like that. And so when I would come out, he didn't want me to have on nothing on but my underwear. My whole thing was I can put the underwear on, my clothes on, and then you'll be able to tell if you can see my print or not. But that's not how he wanted. He didn't want me to have nothing on but my underwear, and I think I had on a wife beater. Okay? So I tried on a few pair, went back into the bathroom, changed. Then another time, that was one day. Another time he had got some more. These were a little bit longer. So I did the same thing, except for this time, as I went to walk away, he basically pulled my underwear down and tossed me on his bed. And he put his face in my tail. So that's how it started.
And how old were you?
And now I was grown, but I think I was like 19 something. So I was not underage. I was grown. However, I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure they did tell you this, and I believe I heard it in one of the conversations. If you was a member of Breakthrough Temple,
that was the name of the church at that time, right?
Let's see. When I first came there, the name of the church was Breakthrough Temple Pentecostal Holiness Church. Then it changed to just Breakthrough Church. So I want to say by the time we moved to Weaver Forest Way, the name of the church was just the Breakthrough Church of North Carolina.
Okay.
But if you was a member of that church, you could not have friends outside of that church. And if your family was not a part of that church, you really was not supposed to be associated with your family. So when all of this is happening, because I'm only thinking that it's happening to me, I had no one to talk to. I could not turn to my family because in a sense I had cut my family off.
So he was running a cult.
When you first get to that church, you do not think it's a cult, but when you become knowledgeable of certain things, then your eyes are open and you realize what you're in. So it wasn't until I was there for years that I realized this is a cult and I need to get out of it. Eventually the conversation shifted to, well, maybe we need to do something to see if you're still attracted to guys.
That test that he gave them, the gay test.
Yeah, so I guess this now becomes my gay test. I said, well, Apostle, I don't mean any harm, but if you want to know if I'm still attracted to guys, all you have to do is ask me and I will tell you. And here's what they will know. I mean, you won't know until you do something. And I'm like, well, if anybody is touching my body, whether it's inappropriate or not, my nerve endings do not know that it's inappropriate. There's still going to be a response. So long story short, he did end up getting what he wanted, taking advantage of me. But a lot of that was mind control. It was times that he would go away. I believe it was T.D. Jakes' conference for leaders. And he would say things like, well, you know, I'm about to go out of town for a few days and you don't want me having sex with anybody that's not, you know, that's not going to cover me and have the potential to expose me. You don't want your leader exposed, do you?
And he don't even like Bishop Jakes now. He talks about Bishop Jakes bad.
Yeah, and even though I was not attracted to Reid, and even though I did not want to do it, I fell victim to that manipulation and control. So he did get what he wanted out of the deal. He went all the way. However, it was only 2 times. That third time, I said, hey, we need to have a conversation with your wife. Because what I felt like is she was away stationed in Louisiana, and he used to say stupid stuff like, yeah, every time she get to acting crazy, God kind of sent her away, meaning that it was God that had her relocated to Louisiana for the military. Anyway, what I felt like is that he wanted me to play the wife role at home while his wife was away. I did not like that. Also with Trey, sometimes outside of his bedroom. He would come behind me in the kitchen and fill on me. He would broke my behind or do something crazy. And I believe there was like 2 times that Kendall was around, but Kendall really wasn't paying attention.
Is Kendall gay?
I know his twin is gay. I do not know if Kendall is gay.
Kendall never tried anything with you, did he?
Nobody in that ministry ever tried anything with me other than Reid.
Okay. All right.
In the house, Kendall was present in the kitchen when Reid grabbed me a few times, but he was not paying attention. More so because it's like his back was turned on. He was walking inside of the pantry. But there was one time at the church. Now this is when at the event center, I believe it was called the Perimeter or something. They were having church when I was excommunicated. There was basically like an overflow room with a divider, a wall up. And I was in there, I was doing something. I think I was preparing to open up service because at that time I had multiple positions in the church, and it was my job to be one of the intercessors that opened up prayer before service. So I was getting myself together for that. Reid came in, and basically he was touching my behind again. But this time Kendall walks in, and Kendall said something to him, and he was like, Reid, you wasn't just touching Delquan's behind, were you? And he said, no, I was just fixing his shirt. His shirt was tucked out, And Kendall said, well, that's not what it looks like. Now, that's the only time that I believe somebody saw him actually doing something to me. Let me backtrack a little bit. After I told him we needed to have a conversation with his wife, he basically no longer wanted me around. At that time, I was working at Levino, which is a computer company, but I was working in the kitchen. And I went into work at 5 o'clock that morning, as I always did. But around my lunch break, which is like 1 something, I went and got my phone because we could not have our phone on us.
Right.
And I opened up the phone and I had a text message from Kendall. The text message read along these lines. I heard that you were moving. Do you want me to start packing your stuff?
They put you out the house and out the church the same day.
The same day. But up until that text message from Kendall, I did not know that I was being excommunicated.
Wow.
I knew that Reid was upset with me because that text message came on a Monday. I knew he was upset with me because he made his last attempt on a Saturday. We had church the following day. But when I got up to lead prayer like I normally would, he snatched the mic from me and said, I don't need you today.
Oh, wow.
In front of the church. Now, I was not technically over the young people, but a lot of the young people in the church looked up to me because I was like the closest in age to them. And they actually saw me being an example as far as how to carry yourself as a young man in the church.
Right.
So there was a situation when I was teaching at the school, and he did not have a staff of 30 people. He did not. Or however many people he said he had a staff of.
He claimed he had 50 on the state paperwork. He had 50 employees and 30 students.
No, there wasn't even 10 of us. It was me, it was Kendall, it was Missy Lane, it was Mr. Her husband, Mr. Charleston, and it was Mr. Nigel. Did I say Kendall?
No. Yes, you did.
Okay,
Yes, you did, Kendall.
Okay, so it was about 5 or 6 of us. Okay, to get extra help, we would have those that was high school students, like my best friend Tyshawn, and one of Locklear's sons, his older son, Devontae, to assist us. That's the one that's in jail now, right? No, that's Al Deshawn that's in jail.
Okay.
Devontae is in the military. He's doing good.
Okay.
So that's all we have. I lie to you not. I was going to school to be a teacher at the time. However, my payment from that school was $100 a month.
Wow.
Not a week, not a day. $100 a month, which is why I had to go out and get these other jobs. Now, before I started working at Lavino, I was working at Dollar Tree part-time. So I would teach during the day, and at night or in the evening, I would work at Dollar Tree until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my money was coming in, because $100 wasn't cutting it, and I was told I only got paid $100 because I lived in Reid's house. I did not need any additional money.
Wow.
So eventually I got tired of that. There was a situation back then, I believe I was using AOL. So, you know, remember instant messaging?
Yes, sir.
And I did not know that if anybody was in my contact list for AOL, that somebody sent me a instant message that anybody could see it.
Mm.
So basically, Devontae, which is Nathan Locklear's oldest son, had sent me a message.
Mm-hmm.
And the message asked me, was I okay? I said, yes, I'm good. The next message was, are you really okay? Now, this is because he had basically had just witnessed, I want to say it was Larry, because Reid would come into the school sometimes just to observe what was going on. I had basically got fussed out that day. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but it had something to do with the young people.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily, I think they had an issue with the young people trusted me more, so they would share stuff with me.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had their trust, if it was not life-threatening, I would not go back and tell the leaders what was being discussed. It was not important.
Mm-hmm.
So I got fussed out about that, and my students and the teachers' aides saw that I was emotionally disturbed. So that's why he asked me, was I okay? Was I really okay?
Right.
I never shared with this boy the details of that conversation, never did. However, Vincent saw that, and he contacted me. I believe he contacted Nathan, and he said something to Larry Reid.
Mm.
Basically saying I shouldn't be having inappropriate conversations with the kids, da-da-da-da-da. But like I said, I never shared with the kids what was happening to me in private. I was an adult. I know what it's like to be put in situations that forces a child to grow up sooner than what they should. So I never included the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? As a result of that meeting, they tried to separate me from the kids. So during Sunday morning services, where Tyshawn and some of Locklear kids and some of the other kids, including my own godson, would sit next to me or near me in service, they would have me move.
Mm.
So that's where all of that stuff started to happen, where I realized that I was being treated different, and the kids noticed that as well.
Mm.
Now, when I came back to the house after getting the text message about me, basically, eventually Reid did text me. He said, hey, call your grandparents to have them come get you because you've been kicked out of the house and the church. I knew as a result of that, that also means I could no longer work at the school.
Mm-hmm.
When I got back to the house, nobody said anything to me. I think it was still during the day, so the women that lived there, they were not there. They were at work. Kendall didn't say anything to me. Vincent, I believe he was in his room.
All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna play a little bit more of it, and then I'm gonna stop. But this is the alleged young man that was stated allegedly by this young man that Larry Reid was running a cult, and he had sex with Larry Reid more than once, and he also alleged that Larry Reid gave him HIV. That's all what this guy's talking about. And the reason why I'm letting y'all hear the whole thing is so you can hear his truth. You can hear he's connecting everything, connecting everybody. And, you know, I'm gonna make sure this audio is available, but I know how you guys feel. No bishop is supposed to be doing this, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't have started with me. And that's just what it is, period, point blank. So I'm going to finish playing this. I think it's like 10 more minutes of it. So we can hear his truth. And all of this is alleged. This is this guy's truth and what he says, but yet he's connecting the dots. And I guess, you know, you guys need some explanation as to what's going on. So let me finish doing this, and why Tasha is drinking her drink.
But he didn't say anything to me. Reid never said anything to me. Now, my grandparents live like 2 hours away, so I could not get them to me quick enough. So I had an uncle that lived in Durham.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle drove to the house in Morrisville to come get me. He was the one that helped me load myself up into his small Mercedes and took me to meet my grandparents. A lot of my stuff I could not take with me, so I had to leave it at Reid's house. So yeah, and that one day, by way of text message, I lost my job as a teacher. I lost my job at Lavino, and I was excommunicated from the church.
Jesus.
All because I no longer wanted to allow him to do whatever he wanted to do to my body. Now, they did not tell the kids that I was excommunicated like they normally would. They lied, and I believe Vincent was the one that called Tyshawn, because all the kids, Tyshawn was the closest to me. I believe he called and told him that I decided to move back to Virginia with my family. Tyshawn was old enough to know that that was a lie. Locklear's oldest son was old enough to know it was a lie. But the younger kids, they just took it at face value.
Right.
But that was the lie that they told. I left the church because I wanted to go back with my family.
That was the lie that's been put out there. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what they put out.
So yeah. Now, before I got the diagnosis, he had reached out and he was like, "Hey, Delquan, would you come back and work for me?" Now, this is the same man that put me out of the church through text message. He asked me to come back and work for him. And I said, at this time, I cannot do that. My grandfather, who was a bishop in the Lord's church, health had begun to decline, and I had become his caretaker. And it was not looking good, and I figured that he was going to die, and I was not ready to leave my grandmother by herself.
Right.
So I told him no, but that was not the only reason I said no. I also said no because I did not want to go back into that call. And if you could only pay me $100 a month for teaching at the school, you definitely couldn't pay me nothing more as your assistant.
Right.
So I never went back. So from that conversation up until last month or whatever, I had not talked to Reid. I only talked to him a few days after you initially sent me that message. Now, ironically, after I had a conversation with Reid, I had another friend who was not a part of the church, but he would come visit the church sometimes. And he was like, "There's this guy on YouTube that's really going in after lead." He sent me the link to the video. I said, "This name sounds familiar, but I can't remember where I know it from." And then it clicked on me. It was you. And so I just kept watching some of your videos, and eventually I heard that there was another accuser that had came forward. At that time, I had not heard Levantre's name. Well, I hadn't heard his voice. But when I heard his voice, I said, "Oh my God, there's other people."
And I think that Javer Stubbs was one, but he just won't talk.
Now, when I talked to Javer, he was like, "I feel like you should talk because what Reid did to you was completely unacceptable." But Javer had been connected to Reid for a while because Reid and Javer's mom at one point was close. So I just asked him, did anything happen between them? And he told me no. But I do not feel like that was an honest answer because he was supposed to call me back the next day. I have not heard nothing from him.
Exactly. He got ghost on me too.
So that is suspect. I do feel like something happened. He also said something along the lines, I was like, "Well, are you going to talk to Daryl?" Because I had made up my mind at the time. He was like, "I don't know." He said, "But Reid don't want me to talk because if I talk, I can sink the whole ship, which makes me feel like he knows more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he was paid off. I do know when I was in Fayetteville, I was going through a situation, because me and my brother was living together. I was going through a situation where I was basically looking for somewhere else to go. And Reid was like, well, if you need help financially, let me know. I believe we have funding for situations like this, but I never took any money from him because things ended up working out on its own. So I never took any money from him, but I think that was his way of trying to offer me money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but he was under the impression that I was not going to talk. But I commented on your YouTube last night, and I saw that the comment was highlighted. So I'm pretty sure now that he knows I'm going to talk. So I don't know if that conversation with him and I from a few weeks ago was recorded. I feel like it was. Because he called from several different numbers. I feel like either someone was listening in on the conversation or it's being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's going to try to use that conversation and edit certain parts out where I said I forgive him and I asked him for my forgiveness or whatever. I don't know if he's going to try to use that against me. I really don't care. But there's something else that he used to always tell us.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to sin, sin wise. Basically saying, if you're going to do anything with somebody, make sure it was somebody that has something to lose. I really feel like he thought he was smart enough to do things with people that had something going for them, that had high respect for their families, that they would not say anything so that it would bring shame upon their families or bring shame upon their ministries. I don't know who else is a victim of Larry, but unfortunately, I am one that stayed in ministry and I am a pastor. So I feel like he maybe thought because of my position in the church, I would never say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of the reality that there are other victims out there that are pretty much scared and won't say anything,
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to come forward.
Okay.
As long as my members would know because of my voice, but I don't want to show my face.
I'm going to conceal your face. So when would you like to do it?
The only thing at night, because I'm still in Virginia, I haven't gone back to my apartment in Greensboro.
Right. We can do it at night.
I would have to. I don't know what's late for you though.
Ain't nothing too late.
I probably can do it around 8 tonight.
I'll be ready.
Yeah, I just don't know how long it would be, because I'm pretty sure I would have to take my grandmother to work.
That's fine.
She refused to retire. She goes to work around 9:40ish or something like that. But yeah, I'm willing to come forward.
You send me you send me your email and I will send you the link so that you can log in, and I'll have your face concealed and then we go from there.
Okay.
Now I gotta go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you had any questions for
me. How did you come in contact with Jive?
Okay, so Demario and I have been friends on social media for a while.
Mm-hmm.
For years, even before I connected to Reid's church.
Really?
Yeah, so we have been friends for a while. I'm friends with a lot of people that were in Church of God in Christ. Now, I think that Church of God in Christ kicked him out or something.
They did.
I don't know all the details of that because Demario's not always straightforward.
Yeah.
But a few years after hold on one second.
Hold on. Mm-hmm.
So allegedly, and it's about to end, but allegedly, this young man said that Jive, the one that called himself King Jive, is not truthful. He's not a truthful person, and he was allegedly kicked out of Kojic. So let's see if they keep going into why. Let's see what he has to say about Lil Jive.
Okay, I'm back. A few years after what happened to me, when I became a little bit more confident on sharing it with people that I was close to, I shared it with Demario.
Gotcha.
And for a while, he kept it, he held it. And then, for some odd reason, something happened between him, Larry, and William McCray.
Mm-hmm.
And it started getting back.
Hold up. This is where it's getting sticky. So now, allegedly, Jive knows that Larry was sleeping with this young man. And now they're bringing up, I think the guy name is Obnoxious, the guy Obnoxious TV that they call him. I think that's what they said. So let's take it back. I just want y'all to know because I have more video that I'll be showing throughout the week. So you guys can see the whole narrative. I can care less at people talking about this is mixy or messy. You shouldn't have played with me. Don't play with my family. Don't send nobody to my church to disrupt my church. Now is your time on my platform to get questions asked. Here we go.
And for a while, he kept it, he held it. And then, for some odd reason, something happened between him, Larry, and William McCray.
Mm-hmm.
And it started getting back to me that he was telling Reid, I know you've been messing with guys before, and I got somebody that's willing to talk and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, why, DeMario? I never said I would do an interview with DeMario. I said I would consider it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I would consider it because I questioned his motives.
Right.
Unlike you, it did not come off as if he wanted my story to be shared because I was a victim. Mm-hmm. It was almost like, well, I know what Reid did to you, so I'm going to just throw you under the bus so I can get even with him.
Right. He wanted to use your story as ammunition to get back at Larry.
Yeah. And because of that, I felt like then, okay, well, you're really not a friend of mine if you're just willing to throw me under the bus, excuse my French, to save your ass.
Exactly.
That's not a friend. And so I never did the interview. Now, I also reached out to him because as I was going through your videos, I heard you taking up for him in a sense.
I did.
And so I said, DeMario, I reached out to him through Messenger because I had him blocked in my phone. I said, Mario, I said, what do you think of?
So I stand corrected. I believe that's my team is telling me. The Mario, I think that might be the guy Conscious TV name. Is that his name? I think that might be. No?
I think.
So I don't know. It's so like, many of them. Huh? Devion? All right, that's one of them.
That's Conscious TV's name is Devion.
Okay. Yeah, Devion. All right, so yeah, I think that was okay. All right, let's go. Let's finish.
Daryl Moore, he's reached out to me. He's asked me about Reid. Did you tell anyone else? He was like, no, I wouldn't dare put you out there like that, da-da-da-da-da. I said, well, I haven't made up my mind right now, but, I'm a little hesitant with talking to him because I don't want my church to be destroyed.
Right.
And so in so many words, he was like, well, even if you don't want to talk to Daryl, you and I can do an interview. Still trying to get me to do an interview, but that's absolutely not going to happen with me and DeMario because I feel like my trust was violated. Mm-hmm.
Has Larry threatened you?
Oh,
Larry has not threatened me. Now, after I heard Trey's voice and I knew it was LeVon Trey, I blocked Reid on everything. Mm-hmm. I was willing to forgive and move on. But of course, that was under the assumption that I was the only one.
Right.
But the moment I found out there were others, and this was still happening after I got put out of the church, we have nothing else to discuss because you are a predator.
Yes, he is. Ooh. Yes, he is.
So I have not talked to him. He has not been able to reach. Everybody is blocked, including Shamako.
Good.
Vincent is blocked as well. I don't have a problem with Vincent. Mm-hmm. Vincent was very good. I did that only run in when he had that meeting because of the messages that he saw on instant messaging. That was my only issue with him. He has never came on to me. He has never been disrespectful. He even taught me how to drive. So I have nothing against Vincent.
Right.
Whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I don't too much care for Kendall because Kendall is a yes man. He is very book smart, but he has no street knowledge.
None whatsoever.
So,
yeah. So text me your email, and I'm going to send you the link to the show tonight. And you said you'll be available at 9 or is it or 9:30?
She will probably be ready to leave the house around 9:30, so I'll be available at 8.
Okay, so we do it before you take her.
Yeah, because she'll be asleep, so I can go somewhere,
right?
Get in the car or something, or whatever, and have the conversation.
How long does it take you to drive her to work? So I'm just trying to time it out, so I know.
Okay, if I have to take her to work, she don't have to be at work till 10, but she normally leave around 9:35.
Okay, well we'll be finished long before then.
Yeah, so it only takes like 12 minutes, 6 minutes going there, 6 minutes coming back.
Okay, good deal. So I'm gonna send you the link. You text me your email, and I'm gonna email you the link. Then it'll show you how to log in. You cut your camera off so your face is not showing, and whatever name you want to appear, like they've been using Protect Black Men or whatever you decide to put up there, Bible passage, whatever you want. Your face will be concealed and your name will be concealed.
Okay, I will not discuss my health. No,
that's off limits. 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 I'm not. When the health department contacted me,
his name was given, but I do not think he ever responded. Now,
the guy Bostic, you said Bostic is positive too, correct? Or that's what you heard? You don't know for certain.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
It was a private conversation. They said that he had HIV. Allegedly, in one of the services, he got healed. But because he went back into that lifestyle, he ended up getting it again.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, because I've been told that. Sure. I've been told Bostic is bisexual and he's married and his wife is also bisexual.
Yeah, see, at that time, Bostic wasn't even married. And I would only see him during the summit, which is our holy convocation. He's a photographer. He would come in and take pictures and stuff like that. And he would go back to D.C.
Right.
So that was just now. There was a lot of private conversations where I heard things that I should not have been hearing. I do know that there are at least 2 other men that are grown that Reid did things with. I don't think it was penetration, but I know he had some type of sexual activity with these guys. Trey will probably confirm this, but I wouldn't say it publicly, and it's because my best friend's stepfather is one of them.
I know. I heard about that. Because Bostic has some messages where Larry said, well, I like short men with fat asses, like this guy's name. He mentioned the guy's name.
Yeah, now I shared this with Trey. I tried to talk to Ty about it, but Ty, I don't think he wanted to take his mind there, so I just left it alone.
Right.
Basically, Larry, out of his own mouth, told me that he stopped doing stuff with stuff with him. The other person would be Tashawn's uncle, but also Levantre's, I guess that it's his wife's brother-in-law. That guy, he has a substance abuse issue. And this conversation that we had at Nightdale, but Reid was basically telling me that sometimes this guy would come over and just from conversations, he would get an erection. The guy would get an erection and basically would ejaculate or whatever. So that's what makes me think he did something with that guy as well. Looking back, I feel like those conversations in the apartment was like testing to see how I would respond to the conversation, trying to prepare me for what would happen when we moved into the house. But then I did not see it as that.
Okay.
So,
alrighty.
But Reid has a history of basically excommunicating anybody that questions his authority. or doesn't like what he's been done. I feel like the reason why the school got shut down, not necessarily because of the lack of funds, but because one of the other guys who was a Johnson, he was from the wife was pregnant. He asked Reid, could he go back to London, to the UK, to work his old job and send money back to the States for his family for a few months. Reid didn't like it, so he purchased tickets for all the members of the family, including their dog, and shipped them back to the UK. All because this man wanted to make provision for his family.
And he was an IT guy, correct? He specialized in IT, correct?
Yes, he did.
I remember that guy.
He was also one of the principals of the school.
I remember that person. I forget his name, but I remember hearing mention of him.
Nigel Johnson.
That's him. That's him. That's the one.
I have not talked to Nigel in a while. I recently reached out to him because his wife died. But their son, which Nigel was not his father, his stepson, Jaden Richardson. At one point, he lived with us as well inside of that apartment. But since they were excommunicated from that church, I have not been able to locate him. And I wanted to locate him because Reid had a problem with him being close to me as well. I don't know if that was him being overprotective because he felt like somebody would.
Woo! It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. This is a lot. Woo! I'm going to save this live. And y'all can go back and look from the beginning. Allegedly, this young man was taken advantage of by Larry Reid. Allegedly, this young man said that Larry Reid allegedly, it's just a lot. This young man has HIV. Larry Reid allegedly was sexually with this man and allegedly took advantage of him. So I don't know. Larry Reid, we need answers. And y'all keep talking about this stuff was settled out of court. Show me the paperwork. Because the paperwork that we got, it's not settled. I have more audio, and we're going to get deeper. We're going to get deeper. I told Larry Reid, leave me and my family alone. You want to act crazy? So I'll be continuously posting things. And I want y'all to look at Larry Reid's page and understand how he has been destroying the church. And nobody has shot back like Bishop Whitehead. And I'm standing 10 toes down. I have more audio that I will be playing. Follow me, click my notifications. Tasha is in Africa. That's why her Wi-Fi keep going crazy. All right. I'll be putting out more information, y'all. Hold on a second. Let me make sure. All right. So let's make sure I'm correct. 1, 2, 1, 2. So DeMarcos was King Jive. I don't know these guys. And I think they was talking about a guy named Conscious TV. I don't know. Allegedly. Y'all can go. I ain't got time for all that. Larry Reid allegedly admits on his live having consensual activities with this man. That man that was right there. He said, this is advance of my life. So if this man is saying that he has HIV and Larry Reid allegedly just got through admitting to having consensual activities with this man, allegedly. That's what they said his live is saying. Then we just need some explanations. That's it. And for the people that say we don't care, why are you on my page? And the reason why I'm doing this is because Larry Reid has tried to destroy the church single-handedly. And he has laughed and mocked the robbery of my church. And it will never happen again. Archbishop Bernard Jordan, back up off me, because I ain't got time to play with you or nobody else. All right. And that's just what it is. Period, point blank. You could never be my covering. You too weak-minded and you're a manipulator. All right, y'all. I'll be talking to y'all later on. Watch my my stories. Click like, click notification, click all that good stuff. Love you guys. I'm gone. We need to ask Larry Reid some questions.